Guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Din and I'm going to show you how to prepare your ingredients, mix the spices and then cook the dish. Very simple method I'm going to use, so please follow the instructions carefully. So let's cook. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chef Din. As you can see, we have a big spread here. We have chicken, we have beef, we have spinach, and I'm going to also show you how to cook an egg curry as well. So what we're going to do a big cook. We're going to cook a large base gravy, and I'm going to cook 31 curries today in my series of BRI curries, so you have a really full in-depth of how it's all done. I'm going to start cooking the gravy, then all the pre-cooked chicken, the pre-cooked meat and vegetables, and then we're going to put it all together, one curry at a time. So I'll be releasing my videos every other day. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, then you won't miss any of the videos and you'll know exactly how it's done. So let's get cooking. Right, I have two assistants with me today. I have Liam, my friend, and Juliana, my wife. We are going to all work together and get all the pre-cook done before I start cooking my individual curries. It's going to be a long day today. I reckon it'll probably take us at least 2.5 to 3 hours to cook everything. Even though it's smaller quantities, it still takes the time. So I'm going to put on the base gravy first. As you can see, I've put in a bit of red chili as well and 4 cups of oil. Don't worry about the oil will come out because we need the oil for our curries. I'm also adding garlic and ginger blocks, what I've made earlier. You just mix some oil, some water, and just blend it into a paste and freeze it into ice cream, or is it ice cream? Ice cube container, that's it. And put it in your fridge, and that will freeze up, and you've got stocks of that when you need it. I'm putting in some cinnamon, some cardamom and fennel into my stock, and also some bay leaves. I put on my meat and I put on my Balti onions. It doesn't matter whether the quantities are large or small. It really does take similar time to cook everything. So you may think, oh, we're only cooking smaller amounts, but at the end of the day, whether you cook a big pot or small pot, it takes the same amount of time. So we're going to put in our turmeric into our base gravy first before we blend. Then we're going to blend it smooth to a paste, and this way we're going to get a nice smooth texture of base gravy. We're going to put in our stock, which has been boiling for a good hour or so, hour and a half, and then we're going to check the thickness of the gravy. We may need to put some more water. If we do, make sure it's boiling hot water. It mustn't be thick at all, because we're going to bring it to the boil and then turn it down to a simmer, and that will start lifting the oil to the surface. As you can see, it's starting to happen now. We've put on our vegetables, and then I'm had to go into my inside kitchen to do my chicken and Bhuna Onions, because I just haven't got enough room outside. So these two items I'm going to cook inside. I'm lucky I have 2 kitchens, so it's going to make my job a little bit more easier. So as you can see, I've not added any water to my chicken. I never do, and it's cooking in its own juices. So remember, once you turn it down to simmer it, it's going to take 25 minutes, and that's it, all done. And this is how it should look when you have everything ready, all the different sauces and everything cut up and ready to go. As you can see, we have our vegetables, chicken, meat, mushrooms and all the other ingredients all ready to go. Now basically we can start to cook our first recipe. As you can see, I'm not cutting right to the back of the knife. I'm leaving a few millimeters at the edge there, so it holds the onion together when you dice the onion. So basically this is how you cut diced onion very thinly without the onions kind of falling apart when you're cutting, and also safety as well. Do curries out of it. You can make with this onion. I will one day show you how to make Baltis as well, because this is one of the main onions we use for Balti and the base gravy as well. So in this you put 200 grams of diced onion, about a cup of water, just a little bit less, quarter a cup of oil, and in this we're going to put some onion seeds as well, about half a teaspoon of onion seeds and a couple of bay leaves. Onion seeds is also known as nigella. That's about half a teaspoon of turmeric. That's the only spice we're going to use for this onions, because we're going to mix spice to it when we cook our curries. We're going to use some of our mixed spice. So bring this to the boil and then turn the heat to medium and simmer it for 10 minutes. It's done. That's how simple it is, this one. Yeah, as you can see, it's boiling. Now turn it down to medium heat. So we just got a gentle boil, and cook that for 10 minutes. And also Taka dal. So this is the base what we make for dal, for Taka dal and our dansak. So give it a good wash. Make sure all the dirt has gone. You can leave it soaked for about half an hour, but I just cook it straight away. So what you want to do in this, you want to add about 2.5 cups of water. To this you're going to add a couple of bay leaves and a little bit of chopped onion. Also salt, about half a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. That's the only ingredients we're going to have in this dal. Dal, you don't need many spices in dal. You get more flavour from the dal itself. So basically we're going to bring this to the boil. Then we're going to cook this under simmer for 35 minutes. Keep stirring occasionally until the dal breaks down and cooks well, and then basically that's our dal ready as well. So that's our dal and our Balti onions. So keep mind of these ingredients, because you will need this for lots of other dishes. You have less wastage that way, and just scrape it, the skin off like you see. Blend that with some water and a little bit of oil. The oil will stop the product going green. So basically blend it all into a smooth paste and keep aside. We're going to make 2 types of onion today to save time when we cook our curries. This is the Dupiaza onion, which we will use in jal fries and Dupiazas. And this is the Bhuna onion, which we will use in Bhuna, Korai, masalas and other curries. So basically put water about 2 centimeters below the onions, and then add oil on top to bring it to the same level as the onions. Then we're going to add different spices to these and pre-cook them, so it will save the cooking process when we make our curries. To our onions we will add salt. There's 3 types of onions we will need for our curries. That's Bhuna onions, Dupiaza onions, and another one is Balti onions. They're smaller pieces, but I haven't done this at this stage. I will show you how to do that later when I'm doing my Baltis. So add the turmeric, and coriander powder, and also cumin powder we have to add as well, and paprika, and also some onion seed. After adding the paprika, we're going to cook these onions very short time. The Dupiaza onions we're going to just bring to the boil, cook for about a minute and take off. And the Bhuna onions we're going to bring to the boil and cook for 10 minutes. This will save a lot of time when we are cooking our curries like the Dupiaza, Bhuna, jalfrezi and so on. Right, once the onions have come to the boil, I want you to cook the Dupiaza onion for a minute and the Bhuna onion for 10 minutes, and that's our onions done. So take them off the cooker and just let them cool down. This is one of the first stages we have to do our prep before we can start to cook our restaurant style curries. We will be cooking those after you've mastered the base gravy, the prep and so on. It's very important you do all these stages first, because when I start cooking I'm going to cook my curries very quickly, normally within 5 minutes or so. So you have all different curries cooked in 5 to 10 minutes. So that's it. That's the first stage of our prep, and hopefully I shall be doing different videos showing how to cook different curries. So well, there you go.